Hello, my name is Michael. I'm here in Texas, and I just wanted to talk a minute. Got a little bit of a better setup today, not in the direct sunlight, and that helps a whole lot. I've been following what's been going on since late last week. What went on yesterday morning? It's pretty impressive. Democrats are going to be going from controlling the White House and one house of Congress to controlling nothing. At least not at the federal level. They still control a couple of states, evidently. Y'all might want to wonder why. Brian Taylor, Texas Paul, Glenn Kirshner, shut your mouths. Open your ears. Start listening to people in rural America. Stop making us feel marginalized, like we don't matter. Now, I've talked to people I know, friends, and just about every one of them has told me that they voted for Trump. Okay, why did they vote for Trump? Well, Trump's going to do mass deportations of all of the people in the country that are here illegally. Well, that sounds good. I don't disagree with that. If you're in the country illegally, that's a problem. You don't get to just waltz in and make yourself comfortable in somebody else's home and decide you like it and you're just going to stay there. That's not the way this is done. Guys, when I hear y'all say that America is a nation of immigrants, first thing that goes through my mind, I'm not an immigrant. I was born here. I was born here to parents that were born here. I was born here to parents that were born here to grandparents that were born here. I have one grandmother that immigrated from Yugoslavia. She did so legally. Don't call me an immigrant. We're not all immigrants. Maybe in our past, our ancestors came from somewhere else. Everybody in this country's ancestors came from somewhere else. There is no humans evolved on this continent. So everybody's ancestors came from somebody else, somewhere else. Quit dissing those of us that were born here. We don't appreciate it. Brian, I unsubscribed from you some time ago. And the reason I unsubscribed from you is when you started in about your new Spanish channel that you were starting. That would be all in Spanish because you just had to reach those crucial Hispanic voters. Nobody else really matters after all. That's the message you were sending. Only Hispanic voters are crucial. How'd that work out for you, Brian? Come on, tell me. Texas Paul, I think you're a great guy. I'd love to sit across the table from you and just talk with you for hours. I really would. Wouldn't bother me at all. I've agreed with some of the stuff you've posted and some of the videos you've done, and I've disagreed with you strongly on some of the stuff you've done, because some of it was just garbage. But, sir, I emailed you, I believe it was this weekend. I don't remember if it was Saturday or Sunday now, after the story of Peanut the squirrel and Fred the raccoon went viral. I emailed you links to the stories, and I asked you, I said, Paul, what's your opinion on this? Paul, what's Harris's opinion on this? What's the Democrats' opinion on this? Because MAGA is jumping all over. The MAGA Republicans are up in arms. They're furious. You know what? I'm furious too, and I'm not even MAGA. I don't drink that Kool-Aid. You know what I heard back from Texas Paul? Silence. You know what I heard from presidential candidate Harris? Silence. What I hear about from all the Democrats about this story? Silence. And I watched the Democrat channels on YouTube too. All I saw was silence about this. So yesterday afternoon, I went to a Democrat channel on YouTube that was talking about how Peanut had to die. I thought it was sarcasm. I thought she was going to be sarcastic. No, she's serious. Mark didn't have the proper license. Peanut had to die. And it's Mark's fault. Bullshit. Victim blame much? And you Democrats wonder why nobody voted? Well, not enough people voted for your candidates? Do you wonder why the election map looked like it did yesterday? This attitude is the reason why. I made a comment about that. I said, that's just not right. I said, what happened to Mark and what's happened to me and my animals here in Texas, it ain't right. Period. It's evil. It's not government for the people, by the people. It's tyranny over the people. There's a difference. MAGA Republicans are all over this. Now, right now, they're all busy gloating. Okay, I've looked at I've looked at the View channel on YouTube. I've watched the comments on that. And there's nothing but gloating going on. You think that this was a football game. This is our lives, people. This is not something to gloat about. Okay, Donald Trump won. And Republicans won, looks like both houses of Congress. That's going to be a hell of a mandate come January 20th. Think about it. So, Texas Paul, I'd like to hear from you, sir. I'm on Facebook. My contact info is on my YouTube account. Shouldn't be that hard for you to contact me, sir. I've emailed you, so you got my email address. In fact, I think I put my phone number in my email address, in my email to you. Where's your response? Which side are you on? One of those ladies in that YouTube video about how Peanut had to die, one of the ladies replied to my comment. She said, Michael, I'm sorry you feel like you're a victim. I'm sorry you feel like you're a victim. Wow, is that backhanded sympathy or what? What if I was to come up to a rape victim and say, ma'am, I'm sorry you feel like you're a victim, but you went out in public with that blouse showing all that beautiful cleavage. What did you expect was going to happen to you? I'm sorry you feel like you're a victim. Yeah, that would be pretty shitty, wouldn't it? Tell a man whose animals have been taken from him that you think it's sad that he thinks he's a victim. You know what? My family may not look like your family, but I love my family anyway. Mark's family may not look like your family, but I bet you Mark loves his family as much as you love yours. So stop it. Just stop it. Quit victim shaming. Quit victim blaming. Starts right here. The New York State DEC might want to think about producing a squirrel and a raccoon that is the spitting images of Peanut and Fred. I understand that they've all had to go and work from their homes now because they're getting too many bomb threats at the building that the DEC's housed in. Gee, you think? Do they think this is just going to blow over now? Guess what? Country didn't erupt in civil war. So yeah, this ain't going to blow over. That's the only thing I could see that would cause this to just blow over. So since the country didn't erupt in civil war, Donald Trump won. Kamala Harris conceded that he won. Okay, so life goes on. Not for Peanut and Fred, though, apparently. Think about it. Because Glenn Kirshner, justice, apparently doesn't matter at all in this country. Thank you very much. I appreciate it if you watched all the way to the end. I'm going to try to get better at these. I'm going to try to get better, I promise. This is my second video. I'm not real comfortable doing it. I'm not real comfortable speaking out about this stuff. Shoot, I'm hanging out in the woods hiding. Wonder why? Game warden Mike Boone went and broke into my house in Plum Grove, Texas. Broke into my property while I wasn't even there. Forced my driveway gate open. Went right in. I didn't have any working security cameras then, but my neighbor across the street was watching him and text messaging me the entire time. So I know you was there. When I got home from work that night, I checked my gate. My driveway gate had been forced open, and it had been improperly closed. So I know you were there. Where's your warrant? Oh, that's right. Texas game wardens don't need a warrant. They got an exception to the U.S. Constitution and the Bill of Rights. Somebody told me that every state's that way. Well, not Tennessee anymore. Pretty soon, not Louisiana either. I'd like Texas to be the same way. You don't come on a person's private property. You don't force your way into private property. You just don't do it. You're going to get shot doing that. And me, I don't know what to do. I mean, I've got an attorney again now. My last attorney passed away. So I got a new attorney. I think he's much, much better. He came very highly recommended by another one of his clients. who I happen to know and didn't know his client had an attorney. I didn't know my friend had an attorney, let's put it that way. So I've got Mr. Bishop working on this. It's hard. It's really hard. Todd George of the Texas Parks and Wildlife lied to my deceased attorney. I got my case files finally, and I saw things that my previous attorney hadn't told me about. I saw emails where Todd George was telling just outright lies about things that we have recordings of. It's recorded, Todd George. Might want to think about that, because facts matter. Justice may not matter anymore in this country, but facts, I think, do still matter. Anyway, thank you very much for hearing me out. I really appreciate it. Till next time, bye-bye.